if you have uncorrelated assets,
Yes.
and you easily can, because when the economic policies, when economic conditions shift, it shifts returns from
Yes.
one type of asset to another kind of asset. So when you have uncorrelated or low correlated assets, you can dramatically reduce your risk without reducing your return. So, I mean, just to give that as an example, the holy grail of investing, and you don't have to do it. It could be 5, it could be 10, it could be 15, but you will cut your risk in half, or if you get down to 10 or 15, you will cut it by 80% without reducing your returns. It's more important to know how to diversify well than it is even know how to pick the best things. And one of the problems of the world is that everybody wants up. They want up in the stock market. They want up in the real estate market. They want up in the economy. And that and central banks can produce up, okay, by giving it this shot of money and credit. They can always produce that up. But that up over a period of time has a consequence. And that consequence is that there's a lot of debt, and that has to be paid back. That will be paid back in depreciated money. So you don't want to be in that position of like, if your portfolio is going down a lot in this, that's not good. To give you an idea, if you lose half your money, it takes 100% return to get back. You lose 50%, you need 100% to get back. There are people who are in some of these tech funds and they're down 70%. This can't be part of the game plan. Okay, that's not part of the game plan. So the issue of being able to reduce risk through diversification, which doesn't reduce return, and in my view, never put yourself in a position that you could lose more than 25%. In like your worst case situation, 25% in a game plan, can be acceptable. But if you go into that, and if you look at any single asset in buying power, there's no single asset in buying power that hasn't lost 75 or 80%. So you need diversification. Be financially strong. Have a good income and balance sheet, income statement and balance sheet. Think about how many months or years that you could live if you didn't have an income. The more financial security you have, the more maneuverability you have, both to protect yourself on the downside and to take advantage of opportunities, and to know how to achieve a balanced portfolio. This is very important, I think, financially. And then be with people, your community. The source of happiness, psychologists have studied that above a basic level, income is not a source of happiness. Community is the highest ranked source of happiness. So how you work well with others. So I think meaningful work and meaningful relationships, to be productive and to also have the joy of those relationships, I think is of paramount importance. And then also to realize what the risks are. That's why I wrote them in the book. The risks of there are many kind of risks. And do you understand those risks? And where are you? And where do you live? What are those risks like? To recognize that the world is domestically and internationally breaking into different ideologies and different economic systems, really. That happens state by state as well as around the world. And to understand which are the places that are the best for you in those set of circumstances, to be aware of those risks. And that then it's just the fundamentals, raise your kids well and raise productive. I should say that in most of these cases, even the worst case situations, it's okay for most people. Okay.
Yeah.
So in most wars, most people don't die. Okay. Most people don't get injured. Okay. Most people don't. In most depressions, even most people don't get unemployed. Okay. They are scary situations. But it's not the end of the world for most people. It may be meaning cutbacks and so on, but that's often good, because it's okay to, you don't want to get spoiled. You want to be self-sufficient, and you can get strong sometimes. So those are the things. So most people can get through these things fine. Just understand what it's like, and navigate that well.
Before we continue, help us clicking that YouTube like button and subscribe now to our channel. This shows the algorithm that you valued this information, and it helps us spread that message. Sharing is caring. And now, let's continue.
I have bad news for you. If you're not rich by now, you're screwed. And if you're in debt, you're even double screwed. How so, you might wonder? Well, the sad truth is that you're working your whole life to make someone else rich. The mega corporations, the banks, the politicians, everyone is getting richer. They get your money. And what is even worse, they get your time, they get your life. You are not even in a rat race, you're in a financial prison. But what could a solution for you look like? Honestly, I don't know, but I know what a solution for me would look like. It's very simple. I use whatever money I have and I multiply it with 1,000. This could make my life much easier, and probably yours as well. If you have $1,000 available and multiply this with 1,000, I believe that this could solve some financial issue for the one or the other. Of course, if you're ugly, you would have to multiply it with much more than 1,000. My name is Markus Dan, and this is what I decided to do. I decided to 1000x my money. This is not a joke. I know what you may be thinking. What is this guy talking about? How should this work? This is not possible. Well, I made a detailed video where I laid out my plan. And some clever folks might even want to look at this plan and copy it and do exactly what I do. This is just a little hint on the side. You have two options. You leave, you forget what you have seen. You do whatever you're doing and you hope that somehow you get some other results. Good luck with that. Or you click the link below the video. You enter your email address, because I'm not showing this to everybody. You at least watch my video on how I plan to 1000x my money. The choice is yours. Make the right choice. Join me. See what a different future you could have. See at least how I intend, how I plan to do the 1000x. So click on the link below, enter your email address, and I see you on the other side. Your Markus Dan.